This is Game Time, presented by Tower Hill Insurance. I'm Jeff Cardozo, hanging out with Scott Carter today. And Kentucky used to be a place where Florida would always go and dominate. The last two times up there have not gone too well. I remember a few times ago, the fans rushed the field. So Gators need to turn that around, and they'll try to even up their SEC record with a win today. So, Scott, another really good week of practice for the guys. Again, there's no quit like we've constantly talked about throughout the entire year. So we'll see if they can beat the Wildcats this weekend.
Yeah, a trip to Kentucky is a little different than it used to be, Jeff. Obviously, Mark Stoops, who I think is the longest tenured coach in the league now, he's really rebuilt that program. Although they're having a difficult year, they're coming off their first SEC win of the year, beating Auburn. So they're in a kind of a position where Florida is. They're trying to salvage a season, get to a bowl game. But Florida, once dominated this rivalry. Mark Stoops has brought some respectability back to Kentucky's side. They have won the last two in Lexington. Good thing for the Gators is there's no Ray Davis. I think all Gator fans will remember the last game up there. Ray Davis, they got out of bed and he just ran over everybody. I think ran for 200-plus yards. He's no longer there, but Kentucky is still a team whenever you play at home, and they've done a great job with the atmosphere there at Kroger Field in recent years. So it is a much tougher place to go play, Jeff, than it once was.
Yeah, Ray Davis hanging out in Buffalo now and part of the NFL. Well, let's talk about this defense. It's a Kentucky offense that really hasn't dominated many people, and this Gator defense has been really, really good. I mean, you saw what they did against Georgia, holding a team that didn't even punt against Ole Miss to, in the 20s. So this defense has been consistent. They're getting healthy. They've got some guys back against Georgia, so we'll see if they can do it again.
Yeah, I mean, Florida's defense has not been the issue. They held Georgia to 361 yards.
Yeah.
They intercepted Gunnar Stockton, who had only thrown one the entire season. So if they can play that consistent defense, I think you look at Florida against Kentucky, and I'm going to look at Florida's offense against their defense because Stoops is a defensive wizard. He's built the program around defense. And Florida, if they can just cash in on some of the plays that are there to be had, we saw a couple they missed against Georgia that could have made a huge difference. And, of course, that's going to start with DJ Lagway just making the throws that are there and then relying on Jaden Baugh. I think Jaden Baugh is still a huge weapon for Florida's offense. He set a career high in season yardage against Georgia. He still has a 1,000-yard season within reach. So I'd like to see them go up there and establish that run. And, they're going to want to go up there and just win this game, restore some momentum, and then they got to go to Ole Miss. And we know what the storyline there. We know how big of a game that's going to be. So, again, these guys have a lot still to play for. Billy Gonzalez after the game, I mean, I liked his fire after the game the other night. He came in there, and it wasn't like, hey, I'm glad we hung with Georgia. I thought the guys that we wanted to win this game. We're not here to just play. We want to win. And I think that's the mentality that they need to have right now.
Well, win or lose, you are always a winner if you read this guy's stuff at FloridaGators.com. That is Scott Carter. And that was Game Time, presented by Tower Hill Insurance, as the Gators get ready to head up to Lexington, Kentucky